Let's turn attention now once again to the International Day of Democracy. And joining us now to have a conversation on this is Professor of International Law, Ademola Abass. He joins me on Word now from Lagos via Skype to discuss this. Good to have you join us, Professor Abass.
Thank you very much for having me.
So I want to kick this off from the index, how Nigeria fared on the democracy index of 2020, and we were rated. At the point we got was 4.1, which is almost defined as authoritarian, because 4 and below is what is defined as authoritarian. I just want to get your thought on whether you think that between then and now we have made any significant progress.
Well, once again, thank you for having me. Well, it's pretty damning, to be honest with you, because if we had 4.1 last year, I think this year will be slightly worse, to be honest with you. I don't think we've made any improvement at all, let alone anything significant in the last 1 year since that index came out. We've progressively gone from bad to worse in our experience in so many facets of democratic governance, or democracy, as we would like to call it. So I don't think we've made any gain so far.
So let me reel out some of the figures for you from last year. We were rated in 5 different categories. Electoral process and pluralism was the highest for us. We scored 5.17. We had the functioning of government, which was really low, 3.57. Political participation was 3.89, and political culture was 3.75. And if you look at civil liberties, it was slightly high, 4.12, but still close to the 4 mark, the 4 points mark, which means that we scored really low in 3 categories, which is functioning of government, political participation, and political culture. Why do you think that is, when you look at these 3 different categories, and how bad is it for us in functioning of government, political participation, and political culture?
Well, thank you. Very interesting question. Look, there's no gainsaying the fact that, unless we are kidding ourselves, the functioning of government today is gone bonkers. There is a total disconnect between the government and the people in Nigeria today. So much so that, apart from apathy, there is a lot of cynicism on the part of people. And you can understand that. They don't trust the government anymore. You have a government that doesn't seem to have any clue what it's doing in power and where it's taking Nigerians to. I doubt even if the government, those who are running the government today, especially at the federal level, know where they are going, let alone where they are taking the country to. So there's a total disconnect of government and the people. We talk about the structure of the government. What structure are we talking about? You have a structure that has become so bunkered down in this kind of it's very perturbing. It's a kind of, I don't know what word to use to describe it. It's as if these people don't live in this planet anymore. It's as if Nigerians are living here and their government is living somewhere in Jupiter, in Saturn. The structure is totally, all over the place. You have, I'm sorry to say, we don't know now what we get nowadays in terms of legislative functions of the National Assembly. Yes, they've passed a few bills here and there, but there are so many things that need to be done that until this time we have not done. So that is a great cause of worry. When you look at all those 3 facets that were ranked in 2020, and you want to rank them today, I just say that where we had 4.1 or 4.0 before, you probably be sliding towards 3.2 or 3.3. Look, but let's take a step back and even forget about international ranking. And in the sense that I don't necessarily buy into some of the indices. That doesn't mean that we don't fit into what they're saying, but because sometimes you wonder, for instance, let's be a bit cheeky here. When you talk about ranking corrupt countries, yes, Nigeria is a corrupt country. We can't run away from that. But then you decide to put a part on the back of countries that shield Nigerian ill-gotten wealth in their own system, and you rank them as the most transparent in the world. That is very cynical, to say the least. So don't let's focus our mind too much on as much as it is a great barometer for how far we have gone and how far we still need to go. But don't let's focus too much on that, because there are so many things to be said for ourselves, even at home here, in terms of how we have performed in terms of democracy.
And where should the focus be? Because we know that the people should be at the heart of democracy. I mean, but when you go by its definition, it's really government for government of the people, by the people, and for the people, which means that it should be government-centered policies, government-oriented development programs, people-centered policies, people-oriented development programs. It should be about the people. But you talked about the cynicism and the disconnect. What should we focus on? Is it the political culture? Is it the functioning of government? Where should the focus be?
Well, thank you very